What's up, YouTube? Super excited for this video. If you saw the thumbnail and the description, you know what's going on. I am going to be putting power pulls on my Nitro Z18. I got the 8-foot blade. That's what it looks like. Nice pretty blue to match the boat. But I'm putting 2 on. I got everything kind of laid out. Not everything, but the stuff that comes out of one of the boxes, kind of show you what you get whenever you order them. You open the box up. First thing here, you got a solid switch or a console switch, a lanyard, little mounting screws for the switch. These right here are the bracket covers. You got the pump bracket, the green marine hydraulic fluid, the pump mounting hardware, the instruction stickers, all kinds of cool stuff there. And right here's the brackets for the boat and the mounting hardware for it. And because I have a Bob 6-inch jack plate, you got to buy these adapters. I think it just spaces them out, so you still have plenty of clearance for steering. The nice thing is, on this one, is I don't have to remove the motor like I did on my old boat to put power pulls on. These ones right here are going to mount right on the side. There's actually little holes on, if you can see the indentation there in the sticker there in the bottom. And it'll bolt right through there, and then the adapter plate will go here, and then it'll get the brackets will get mounted to there. But I think that's going to be the first thing we do, is we're going to go ahead and mount the brackets and go from there. Let's get to it. For your bolts go on, you have it comes with this kind of set of washers right here. The big washer goes on first, and this right here is the backup washer for the backside, and then the brass nut. Don't want to tighten them up all the way yet. You can tighten them up a little bit where it's snug, but it's still got to be adjusted. I think we're going to go ahead and tighten up the brackets, kind of figure out where we want it. It has a lot of adjustment. You can move them. But I think I'm just going to bring it right above that bolt, maybe even with the top of the jack plate right here. We got the brackets mounted, and the next step is to get the pulls on and figure out where our hydraulic lines are going to run, and we're going to mount our pumps. We're going to get to it. These bolts take a 9/16, but I'm not going to tighten them up yet until I get the other one on, and we can get them kind of leveled how we want. Here we go, that's how they're gonna sit. Now you figure out the hydraulic lines. These new pulls have a different style hydraulic line than the last ones. All right, got both of our bracket covers put on both sides. I think next we're gonna figure out where our pumps are gonna go. And there's already one thing I don't like about these. I think I said already before, but they require a 3/4 inch hole. Before it was just a little tiny one. I don't remember the size, but yeah, it was a little tiny hole. This one right here is a 3/4 inch hole. You got to put 4 of them inside the hole of the boat. So, but I'm not sure where we're gonna put the pumps yet. Probably over here on the passenger side. Thinking right back in there. Plenty of room. We're gonna get them laid out and figure out what we need to do to get them mounted. One thing nice about the Nitros is this rear cargo area right here has this bin you can just pull out. So, I mean, you have tons of room to work with. Just kind of be aware of where you're going to be mounting these. Make sure there's nothing under there. Plenty of room to get your fluids in and your lines. Make sure there's nothing up here. You can get your lines on there. I like that spot right there. I got the drill bit marked. I don't want to drill too deep, so I'm going to go ahead and get the holes drilled. I know it's dark in here, hard to see, but each one of those holes I drilled before I mount the bracket, I'm gonna, well, maybe, there we go. Put a little dab of 100% silicone in there. Not only will that help with the water getting in there, but it'll help hold that screw in also so it doesn't rattle out. Before we put the pumps back there and bolt them on, we're going to go ahead and put fluid in them. And here you're not going to be able to see a lot what's going on back there. Not only is it dark, but all the work's going to be being done behind there. But there's this little rubber gasket that goes in between the bracket and the pump. And there's washers that have a little rubber grommet on it, so it's for vibration. But these things don't actually sit down on the floor. They'll actually be elevated just a little bit up off the floor, so it just takes a 9/16. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get those on. Put a towel in this just in case it slips off there. That aluminum's sharp, as you can see. It got me earlier. I wasn't even installing it yet. I'll go ahead and install the other one. It'll be the same as this one. We'll be back to you after we get that done. Yes, we're gonna go ahead and figure out where our lines are gonna go and drill the holes. Get with you then. Give you guys an idea of how much hydraulic hose they give you. That is a long ways. So I can get a better angle, you can kind of see, but that was a lot of hose. See, on the old ones that just had the blue and red lines, you could just cut them down and you can make them fit however you wanted. These ones right here, it looks like once you run the hose up in there, you're gonna have to coil it up somewhere in there and just deal with it, I guess. It has crimped fittings on the end, so I mean, unless you have a hydraulic hose crimper, you can't really do much about it. But anyways, we'll figure out where we want to run this. Well, my 3/4 inch drill bit is bent, so I'm gonna try to use a Foster bit. If it don't work, I'm gonna have to go get a 3/4 inch drill bit. But this is kind of the area right here. Check your back of the location, kind of where you want it. You want to make sure it's above the water line too. I think somewhere right in this area should be pretty good though. Drill the first hole. We're just going to use a 1/8 inch drill bit. And then I'll measure out for the other hole once we get this one right here drilled. make sure it's all clear from the steering. Both lines. Looks good. But now we gotta get inside and hook the lines up. Looks like a mess in there right now. The hoses are marked on there too. Where is it at? It's on there, I know it is. Right here. So that one says up and the other one says down. And then the pumps say up and down, so I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The way I'm gonna do the pumps and hook them up is this right here, since it's on the passenger side. That pole, I'm gonna hook up the passenger side so we know which is which. And then the same for this one for the driver's side. I'm going to take that hose and zip tie it. It's all together. Right now I'm just gonna run the power line and ground. Not sure how much you'll be able to see, but I'm gonna get them routed right now. This boat didn't come with a battery cutoff. I have one on the way, but it's not here yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and just hook this straight to the starting battery. I think with these new power poles, after two hours of not in use, they go into hibernation mode. So I'm not too worried about it draining my battery. I mean, it's definitely a worry, but once that battery shut off gets here, I'm gonna get it put on. That's the sound of power to the pumps. All right, I manually lowered and down to the down position like the instructions said. Off the pumps. I programmed all the switches. These are all the switches that I programmed. 2 lanyards, which they come with it, and 2 console ones, which I actually have another one over there too, but these ones come with it, and then a foot one that's going to be mounted up front by the trolling motor. But pretty easy to program. There's just a program button on top of it, on top of the pumps in there, and you just press and hold it, and once it beeps, you just press any of the buttons on either any of the remote, and it'll program it to that remote. So pretty easy. But go ahead and get everything buttoned up and then conclude this video. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up this video. I'm not gonna show you guys the switch install. You guys can just figure that part out, I guess. But yeah, they're just simple switches. They come with 2 screws. You can mount them anywhere you want. I'm actually gonna mount one inside my truck because I think pulling out of the garage, I'll have to lower them, and then when you're at the ramp, you can use them too. The foot switches, I'm not sure which side of the trolling motor or in front or each side I'm gonna mount on the lanyards. I'll just have one extra on the boat. But what a world of difference these things make fishing. If you guys haven't fished with them, they do make a world of difference. Well, that's it. That concludes the video. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to get them out on the water and try them out. It might have been kind of a long video, maybe a little boring for some, but I was happy the whole time, except for when that piece of aluminum cut my finger. But other than that, man, it was easy install. Pretty self-explanatory, and it has pretty good instructions. There's a couple things I had to look at, but for the most part, it was pretty easy. Like I said earlier, I don't really like the size of the holes you got to put in the back of your boat now, but that's all right. Those plugs work. that's the video. Thanks for watching. Super stoked to get it out on the water and try them out. And if you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.